Please join me in reciting the chapter 123, the Rebbe's new kapitel since Yud Aleph Nissen, the Rebbe's 122nd birthday. So we say today, chapter 123. Join me in it. Shir amalo selecho nosose esena ya yoshvi bashemoyim. Hine chene avoda min yad adoneim, keni shifro li yad gevirto, keni neinu el adonai Eloheinu ad shechonenu chonenu adonai chonenu, ki rav savanu vuz, Rabbis sovalon nafshenu al agashananim, habuz ligeyoini. One word, what does it mean? We want Mashiach now. How timely, just before Pesach. So friends, join me in giving some tzedakah. And I want to share with you, I think, a very fundamental thought on the Haggadah. We're going to have the Pesach experience, not a history. We're not going to read the history of Pesach. History means somebody else's story, his story. We want to experience Pesach. So right in the beginning of the reading of the Haggadah, after we ask the 4 questions, and the answer comes. First thing we say, Avodim hayinu lefaro b'Mitzrayim, we were slaves for Pharaoh in Egypt, and then it says, we know the story, but we have to share it. We have to tell it. And lesaper b'yitzias Mitzrayim, we have to live it. It has to shine within us. And then it tells us a little story. Ma'ase, a story by Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Shua, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, 4 great sages, the greatest sages of their time, Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Shua, Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, Rabbi Akiva, and the 5th one, Rabbi Tarfon. They were sitting and doing the Seder in Bnei Brak with Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva lived in Bnei Brak. And they were sharing the story of Egypt, coming out of Egypt the entire night, till the students came and says, teachers, rabbis, it's morning, time to start morning services. And then it continues that Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, who at that day became the leader, became the Nasi of the generation, says, I look like 70, I'm actually much younger than that, and my concern is, when do we say the story of Yetzias Mitzrayim? During the day, during the night, your entire life, presently, in time of exile, in time of Geula. And he concludes, no, even in the time of redemption, we will still tell the story of the coming of Mashiach. Even the time of the redemption, we will still tell the story of coming out of Egypt. Why is this so important? Why is that little anecdote that they were sitting a whole night and they were questioning, and in the morning the students came? Why is this part of the story of coming out of Egypt? And then how come they were sitting together? Where were the families? Why weren't they sitting with their own individual families instead of sitting together as a group of 5 rabbis and sharing the stories? The students weren't there. Where was the family? Were the families there? So here is a thought. Let's put it in context. When is this taking place? These are the rabbis who lived the destruction of the temple. Martyrs. Rabbi Akiva was one of the 10 martyrs. So were the others. They're living under Roman oppression, where actually Judaism is forbidden. They had to hide for studying Torah. So they're sitting in a moment of great darkness, in a moment of great challenge, and they're wondering, how can we experience Yetzias Mitzrayim? How can we experience freedom in a moment such as the one that they're experiencing, in a moment of grave danger, in a moment of darkness? How do you see the light? How do you express a Yom Tov, the Passover, coming out of Egypt, when we are so oppressed by the darkness of the night? That's their question. And that's what they're trying to get throughout the entire night. And for this they came to Rabbi Akiva particularly. Because we know the story. Rabbi Akiva is the one that even the most difficult and challenging of moments, when they were shredding his body, he was celebrating. When he saw the destruction of the temple in front of his eyes, he was laughing, he was celebrating. Why? Because he saw in the darkness, he saw the light. In the darkness, he was able to see the redemption. In the tunnel. And may God help that all those who are in all our hostages that are in the tunnels or wherever they are, definitely in darkness, they should come out and see the light. So they came to Rabbi Akiva to be inspired that even in a moment of darkness we can celebrate. And this way, as it concludes, yes, this brings the Moshe Mashiach. This moment of total conviction and faith and experiencing that moment of freedom, even the moment of darkness, is what brings us the ultimate redemption. Please, God, make it happen now.